What's good, everybody? Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to the Prolific Vision. My name is Doja. This is the Prolific Vision. I want to touch on something real quick. Stop letting people get in your head. Stop letting everybody's lips be all on your ears. There's a lot of false messages around here, and there's a lot of false messages in this world. A lot of people sit up bumping their gums, always talking. What's real, what's fake, what's behind the scenes, whatever the case may be, and what certain things, is presented to you. This is my life. This is what I do. It took me a minute, you know what I mean? I was like, when is the right time to share with you all how YouTube inspired me. Why am I on this channel? Why did I start a channel? I'm going to tell you why I started a channel. Because I was so sick and tired of looking at YouTube and hearing all types of false messages, false words, false things, looking at people, what all they have to say. And don't get me wrong, I tap on YouTube a lot, and I see I'm talking about some amazing things, and I hear a lot of amazing things. But what really got me was listening to the falseness. And I said, you know what? I can't take it no more. I'm not a person that, really sits around and listens to bullshit. I said, something got to be done. I said, it's time for me to step in and share some truth, and share some light on this world. A lot of people come off, call themselves spitting game. And I always say truth is game, because it's true. It ain't the lie, it's the truth. But moving right along, that's what inspired me. Let me let you guys in on something about myself. I'm not the most perfect person in the world. Nobody is. I've been down a long road. Lot of doubts, a lot of uncertainties, has come into my life, and it has held me back from a lot, But when you wake up every day and you think in your mind, like, you have that feeling in your heart and in your spirit, this is something that I need to be doing, it doesn't leave you, You try to shake it, you try to walk on and forget about it, but it seems like it just, I wouldn't say hunts you, but it seems like it just follows you everywhere. I've had a dark past, you guys. I come from a very good, loving family. My mom, may she rest in peace. She was a teacher. My mother graduated from USC, received her degree in education. My mother taught us well. She was a woman of God. My father, on the other hand, was a street man, and an alcoholic. May he also rest in peace. I came from a very abusive background. My father was a very abusive man in the household. He abused my mother, and he abused us as well. Growing up, when my mother, actually my brothers and sisters had sat me down, because I'm the youngest of 8, sat me down and told me things about my father. I really didn't believe him, because, Daddy was the type of guy, he was always sweet to me, He would come in from work, and he would have Snickers for me and my sisters. And he used to call me Blue, and he used to call my sister Red. It was like a little nickname type thing. But the first time I ever seen my father hit my mother, it changed the whole ordeal. Um, I looked at him totally different, you know, and I started to believe the things that my brothers and sisters were saying about my father and abuse and the things that he had done before I was born. Um, but kind of like speeding up a little bit, a lot of things that happened in the household drove me to a lot of things. You know, I started drinking when I was 10 years old, and I started smoking weed when I was 12 years old. And I started drinking because it was a lot of things, you know, that was going on in the household. I felt like I couldn't handle. I started smoking weed to kind of like chill me out. And those things led to other things. Moving right along, kind of like speeding up a little bit. Before I knew it, my hands had touched everything. Everything but crack cocaine. And when my mom passed, I had to change my life, you know. I started attending the program. I went to programs AA, NA, and CA. And I didn't even know, you know, when I got into AA, NA, and CA, how badly I was broken, you know, how badly I was damaged. But I was broken, you know, I was damaged. And throughout my life, I never wanted people to know what things that truly bothered me, you know, what really got to me. So I walked around with a mask. I knew how to dress up the outside real well and carry myself a certain way where you wouldn't even know what was going on. I recall a time when we was in high school, me and my sister, and we had told one of our friends what we had been going through growing up. And they didn't believe us. They said, no way, you know, you guys are going through anything like that because of the way we carried ourselves. Nobody knew the abuse and the things that we were going on, you know, what we were going through in the household. How much we had to fight, you know, my father. So nobody believed us. So anyways, kind of speeding up a little bit. Once I got into AA, NA, it took me a whole year to realize the gift that God has given me, you know. I remember sitting in the rooms of AA, and it was all types of little sayings all around the room. And I know I can read very well and comprehend what I'm reading, but for some reason, it was like looking up at those signs and all of those cliches and sayings, I couldn't gather like the understanding of them. And I remember one morning, it was on a Friday morning, a guy walked in the room, dressed from head to toe. I seen him when he got out of his clean Cadillac. And the thought that came to my mind was, what is he doing in here? You get what I'm saying? He can't be messed up. You get what I'm saying? And he sat down right in front of me. Now, I had held my tears. You know, I was hard up. You know, I'm not going to break for nobody. To be honest with you, I don't want to be up in here. I don't even know why God got me up in here. But long story short, he shared. And at the end of his sharing, he said this, because I never forgot it. He said, God has given me a gift that I haven't found in my heart to give back to him and say no thank you. And it's like, I broke. I cried. And for some reason, I looked up all the signs on the walls, and I began to read them. And I understood them. Understood them. And understood them. And that's when it hit me that this is not like a punishment. This is a gift from God to help me, you know. I have been walking around for many years, you know, with my head down, you know. And I didn't even realize how bad of a problem it was for me to walk around with my head down. And I walked around for many years that way. Well, on that day, I walked outside after the meeting, and I started walking home. And I know it was nobody but God said, lift your head up. And I lifted my head up, and I was walking, and then I hurried up and put my head back down. And then it was like something was saying, from this point, walk all the way home with your head up. And I walked all the way home with my head up. And that's when I felt that relief. Everything that I had been through as a child, everything that I had gone through, everything that I had watched my mother go through, everything, it just seems like it just lifted up off of me. And from that point on, I began to walk with my head up. I didn't even realize how much of the world I was missing walking around with my head down. I would walk with my homeboys, be chopping it up, and my head would be down. I'd be listening to what they were saying, actually hearing what they were saying, but not really listening to what they were saying. And I didn't realize how much of a message you miss when you walking around with your head down. I didn't realize that it was okay to seek help and get help, to when you're broken. You know what I mean? I didn't even realize, I didn't even know how to identify being broken, when you're broken, Why am I sharing all of this with you? Because it took me a long time to do it. This is that channel where I open myself up to the world. Millions of people. And I know that there's somebody out there in the world that suffer with something. Maybe like me. Maybe like others. But this message is to help anybody out there in the world that's suffering with addictions. Suffering with things that's going on inside of them that they're not ready to address to people. They don't know how to address, because that was me. Having this channel and being able to express myself is a great accomplishment. I didn't tell my friends what I was going through all the time. I didn't open up in relationships. I walked around with so much on the inside of me, and I really didn't know how to express myself. It was a lot of times I would be in relationships, and they say, "What's going on?" And I would say, "I don't know." And they would say, "You do know, just talk to me." And I would say, "I don't know." I didn't know how to format those words and really express myself. And to be honest with you, I didn't want nobody to think that I was weak. I was vulnerable. But the truth of the matter was, I allowed so many people to walk all over me and do things from not speaking up or expressing myself of how I truly felt. Well, those things led me to drinking, smoking weed, doing other, party favors and things like that. And it messed me up. And before you knew it, I had found me a front row seat in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, Cocaine Anonymous, and Narcotics Anonymous. I want to help. That's my message today. I want to help as many people as I possibly can. And normally I don't even say this, because I figure everybody that come to YouTube already know what to do. Hit the like, you can share it, you can comment, and hit the notification. But from this point on, if you're new to this channel, if you're new to YouTube, hit the like, you can comment, you can share, hit the notification. Tap in, because this channel is a real one. It's not about the internet. It's not about being fake. This is my life. This is what I do on my channel. This is what I do outside in the world. This is what I do every single day. You're looking at a real one. Y'all be blessed.